Bad day for Biden's DEI SCOTUS pick, y'all. She said, I'm making decisions from the heart, not from the Constitution, lady. Oh, hell. Make sure you like the video right here, follow for more updates, and check this one out.
For the last year is talk about AI and the future, but something odd's happening in America, right? We're forging ahead into this world of AI. Super intelligent robots are going to do everything. We'll have the answer to everything at our fingertips, but we're also digging in deeper, even deeper into the sort of realm of feelings, ruling decisions rather than rules of logic. The left now circling the wagons around Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Wall Street, and on Wall Street, by the way, many of them are doing the same thing. When you hear talk about the independence of the Federal Reserve, a lot of that's just circling the wagons around Jay Powell, who, by the way, in my opinion, seems to be allowing his personal feelings toward Trump to hurt his job and tarnish his legacy. You can see those two champing at the bit, ready to go. Co-host of Big Money Show, Taylor Riggs, along with Fox Nation host David Webb. So let's just start with the Supreme Court thing, right? I mean, golly, it's one thing when a fellow justice sort of comes at you, right? Because I don't know how usual it is. You're the lawyer in the group. But now when a fellow liberal justice says, hey, you may not know the law, and then we're hearing from Justice Jackson that it doesn't matter. She's speaking from the heart. She's speaking from experience. And that's how she's going to decide these cases.
Really interesting thoughts, and I'll let you weigh in. I think one of my favorites is in one case, she said, with Roe v. Wade, when they overturned that, well, if you don't like, you can't, it's too much of a hardship to move states. So how dare you take away the right for an abortion? But then in the latest birthright citizenship case, I believe it was, or no, the LGBTQ case on the book, she said, well, if you don't like the school, you can just move states. Right. You can't have it both ways. And I think that's why people are really just so frustrated with, they feel like the whole system has been really politicized. So I think it's sad. I wish it wasn't like this.
And David, we're seeing this also now, even more so with these justices. I mean, these judges, you know, who seem to have the same power as the executive branch these days.
Well, look, the qualifications of the Supreme Court don't necessarily mean you have to be a lawyer or a judge, but you do have to have some level of jurisprudence. The fact is, Ketanji Brown Jackson was a diversity hire by Joe Biden, who was a justice equivalent of Kamala Harris. She doesn't carry the legal fortitude or willingness to engage. Remember Amy Coney Barrett's response to her that she would argue for an imperial judiciary while railing against an imperial presidency. And that's activism. The court used to have what's called the greater good argument, which I never believed in, regardless of which side it falls on. It's supposed to be based on law, interpretation of law, and the Constitution as applies. That's the role of the court. Problem is, activist judges, in this case, someone who's not qualified to be on the court, is exactly that. So she's incapable of separating herself like a Justice Kennedy used to do. What was Justice Kennedy known for? Being that independent voice that would assess whether you agreed or disagreed. He had a logic and a process.